Is the Nintendo Switch 2 missing out on a key gaming upgrade? While you might aim to enjoy your games with the utmost smoothness, sometimes the capabilities of display technology can hold things up. Many of today's cutting-edge TVs and portable gaming devices are equipped with variable refresh rate, VRR, screens to smooth out the gameplay when your graphics card struggles to reach a stable 60 or 120 frames per second. The Nintendo Switch 2 touts a VRR-capable screen, and initially, Nintendo promised that the Switch 2 would also be compatible with VRR-enabled TVs. However, they later removed references to VRR support when the console is docked, and issued an apology on May 16th, declaring that VRR is supported exclusively in handheld mode. They addressed this update to Nintendo Life, stating that the previous information was incorrect. But here's where it gets intriguing. I've discovered that the official Nintendo Switch 2 dock does indeed support VRR. All you have to do is connect a Steam Deck to it. To elaborate, we've seen various competing handheld consoles display 4K visuals at 120 Hz, complete with HDR and VRR support, when plugged into the Nintendo Switch 2 dock. This includes devices like the Lenovo Legion Go S running SteamOS and an ASUS ROG Ally X equipped with Parasite OS, both offering smooth output on a Samsung S90C TV. This revelation was first brought to light through community discussions on Reddit, where users like U_Dynamac have shared their experiences about VRR functionality. Although it's a bit cumbersome to play a PC handheld through the Nintendo dock, requiring a specific USB-C extension cable and careful alignment to avoid disconnection, the positive outcome is undeniable. I took it upon myself to confirm that 4K VRR stands up convincingly at up to 120 frames per second. Using an open-source tool called VRRTest, I carefully adjusted various settings to ensure that the transitions between frame rates of 48 FPS, 60 FPS, and 90 FPS remain smooth and uninterrupted on my TV. But if the Switch 2 and its dock both enable VRR, why doesn't Nintendo offer VRR for the console when it's docked? This feature would greatly benefit various games, especially those that either rarely reach a steady 60 FPS or momentarily dip below that threshold, causing noticeable stuttering in gameplay. I suspect that Nintendo might not feel the Switch 2 is sufficiently prepared for VRR on larger screens. Digital Foundry's recent review highlights that the Switch 2's handheld VRR mode has its share of issues, such as juddering in games like Cyberpunk 2077. And No Man's Sky under certain settings, despite Nintendo's display of proper VRR support through their Welcome Tour showcases. Rich Lebetter from Digital Foundry notes a lack of solid reasoning behind Nintendo not enabling VRR for the official dock, suggesting perhaps it was a genuine oversight rather than a last-minute decision to remove the feature. This VRR situation is just one of the quirks surrounding the Switch 2's release. We've also encountered challenges with the Switch 2's restricted USB-C video output and the compatibility of certain webcams, among other issues. Once again, Nintendo remains tight-lipped on these developments. What are your thoughts on this decision? Do you think Nintendo should prioritize VRR for docked gaming, or is handheld VRR sufficient? Share your opinions and join the conversation below.